1979, When a Stranger Calls. Not When a Stranger Calls Back, but When a Stranger Calls. Rated R, 1 hour, 37 minutes. That's where we're going today.
I don't think I've seen the second one.
Have you
They
seen
made a part 2?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, When a Stranger Calls Back. And then they did a remake in the early 2000s.
Yeah. I've never
Really?
seen the remake.
Man, get out of here. They didn't do that.
Yeah, they did.
This movie is Horror Legacy.
Horror Legacy?
Mm-hmm.
To who?
To the horror industry.
Man, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. This movie?
Yes.
Whatever.
You sound like those 25-year-old kids that are like, Black Thought? What's Black Thought? That's not rap. Pfft, that's crap. You're just making shit up.
You didn't have to take it to that extent. You did not have to take it to that extent.
That's
Okay,
what you did right now.
Why you take it to that extent like that? Why you gotta bring in the magnificent Black Thought into this conversation?
I don't think this is a legacy horror, so that must be the whole world doesn't think this is a legacy horror.
You understood what I said, though, right?
I understand what Deborah just said. Deborah just agreed with me. She doesn't think it's legacy horror either.
I didn't say that I agree with you. I said that's what you just said.
She was poking fun at you.
Oh, you were poking fun at me?
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Oh.
You just don't see it.
That's what we're doing tonight. We're poking Cobweb
That's what we
tonight.
do every recording night.
Well, tonight's going to be different, ladies and gentlemen. I'm standing up for myself and my bubble. I'm not going to allow these two to sit up here and run rampant through this podcast and drive this thing off the hinges. Okay, I'm going to keep this podcast straight and narrow on course tonight. We're going to talk about this movie.
You know what? That Lady of Rage record right behind your right hand shoulder.
What about it?
You need to take that Rock Ruffin stuff with your Afro puffs and.
Warning. This podcast is about the horror genre, specifically horror films. As most horror movies are filled with coarse language, violence, and/or gore, the topics and language of the cast of the pod will also reflect the genre. If you have any issues with the aforementioned warnings, please press stop. However, if you have no issue with adult language, movie violence, or the accoutrement that accompanies horror films, please feel free to continue. You have been warned.
You have been warned. Cast the pod. Castthepod.com. Social medias. Cast the pod. Blah, blah, blah. All that good stuff. Cast the pod. And also you can hit up Cobweb at Cobweb411 on the IG. On the Instagram page, the book.
You know something? I don't remember the last time somebody hit me up on Instagram about the pod. You guys, come on. If you guys got some questions or some comments, bring them. I know you guys think I'm busy. And you know that you like thinking, like, man, if I send this to Cobweb, is it just going to bounce off the bubble and not ever something else like that? Listen to me. Just label it Cast of the Pod, and I'll look at it.
Maybe
Okay?
they don't want to hear your bubble reaction.
They message.
Well, that's too goddamn bad.
Yeah, because I get Cast the Pod questions all the time.
And mostly they're all like, "What's up with Cobb and
Cobweb,
his
what-
bubble?"
Why is he tripping?
Nobody asks about my bubble. Come on.
You are correct. Nobody asks about the bubble. They all comment about the bubble, but they don't ask about the bubble.
Yeah, I can see that. Everybody wishes they had one, but I'm unlike every asshole around.
I don't wish I had one. I'll tell you that right now.
Really?
Really?
Wow. That's scary.
There's too many people in this world living in a bubble right now. In a sounding board.
I like knowing what's going on in my surroundings.
I'm pretty cool what's going on in my surroundings.
In your bubble?
Yeah. Well, all the other shit don't fucking matter.
Oh, bubblicious.
Oh, bro. I just heard today I heard something today. It was in the news today that they said something about. They said they brought it to me. My buddy Geraldo brought it to me today, and he told me about this new thing that's happening this year with your taxes.
Mm-hmm.
That I didn't know this. I didn't know that you. Well, no, this is a fact.
Allegedly, we can't be allegedly on the podcast.
Okay, you're right. Allegedly, my brothers and sisters out there, that if you've done any overtime throughout this entire year, the last year of 2025, and the federal government took any taxes out of that check, they will send you that money back as a write-off.
Deborah. Deborah.
Hey, listen to me. This is what I've looked up, and this is the information that I've heard. I haven't talked to my tax consultant yet, but I will talk to my tax person and Monica, and she will let me know whether or not if this is factual or not.
Covering your face. It's a real thing. It was brought into play.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Right. So here's the thing. So I was thinking about it, and I was like, okay, so if I've done some overtime, what would I do? I would go back and get my last paycheck stub of 2025, and that would have my overtime amount that I've done for the year. You submit that in with your W-2s and everything else like that, and then you'll get that money back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm just saying, here's Cobweb again, giving you guys some financial guidance on how to be in your own bubble.
Since we don't talk politics on the pod or anything like that,
I'll wait until we're done.
We will not bring out that came into play or anything like that on pod.
I don't. Let me tell you something. I really don't care about the politics around it. I'm just saying this is a way that, regardless of the matter, I'm getting some money back.
There you go.
In my pocket.
And it's also for allegedly for tips.
Yep.
Don't get taxed.
Mm-hmm.
You get taxed on that, then you shouldn't get taxed on your tips. Nope. And honestly, tell the truth, people, let me tell you something, because that just is a gateway to just lies and deceit. Because waiters out there and waitresses out there, they do hard work, but they're not going to put that stuff up in the doggone accurately throughout the entire year for their taxes. It's a waste of time of even trying to figure that crap out.
Especially not cash. I wouldn't.
Exactly.
Allegedly.
Right, they're not doing that. Why even put that even burden on them? It's enough for them to have to put up with your own bullshit out there giving you your goddamn food correctly. So why even have to deal with your own damn taxes too? Gee, sweet Lord.
Yeah, it's tough enough just to get your order right.
You ain't lying. Don't get my shit fucked up. I'll write a review.
Don't make me Yelp you.
I did. I wrote a review on the spot down the street from me and shit, right? Because their food was all fucked up. And it popped up like when you go to their web, when you go to like Google, it like pops up like it's the top review and Google? Shit. Because I have like, yeah. So it's like, honestly, you go into it and it says, oh, 1 star, and it gives my review. I was like, oh shit, I got to be careful with that.
And it has your name and everything.
Well, no, it has Cobweb on it, But the thing about it is that, I mean, I have like a high percentage or something like that because I do it a lot where I review places where I go. They ask me, and I'll be like, yeah, sure. What did I think of it? So I review these places, and after like, oh wow, it's cool. I'm like, what are those people called, like Yelpers or some shit like that?
Yelpers?
What are the? Oh no, we won't go there. I was gonna say, what are the male versions of Karens? What are they called?
Kevin's.
Are you sure? Let's Google.
Wait a damn minute, homeboy.
Version.
Wait a cotton picking minute, homeboy. I'll be damned.
Okay, so we won't let that out on pod.
What? That I reviewed this fish place down the street from me that was horrible?
No, that the male version of a Karen is Barbie's boyfriend's name. Yep.
He's thinking.
He's gonna be like, "What's a Barbie? I ain't never heard of a Barbie." Isn't that blonde girl that came out in the 40s and like she was a president.
Let me tell you something right now. Let me grip this mic right quick.
Waitress. I ain't never heard of no Barbie.
This is the reason.
Isn't that what Paul Hogan came out and threw a shrimp on when he was from Australia? Not that I don't even know what a Crocodile Dundee is. What's a Crocodile Dundee? I don't know that.
This is why, ladies and gentlemen,
we're
supposed to be talking about When a Stranger Calls, the 1979 version that is supposed to be this what do they call this? Horror legacy film that they only. Let me tell you something right now.
How many horror stories have spurned off of just the first 20 minutes of this film? A bajillion.
Because it was so simple.
And so good.
I didn't think it was scary at all. I thought it was really kind of goofy, you know? I mean, for me from the get-go, I mean, honestly, tell the truth, when I came home, if I was a babysitter, when I came to the house, I would have checked the kids with the parents before I left.
The quids.
But they were.
I would have checked.
Hurry.
Yeah, no.
Yes, because
that's not. No.
They were running late.
No, so
checked on them.
No.
But she knew.
No.
Yes.
No. I need to see. And we need to both look at these children and make sure that they're okay. I mean, I used to babysit. You know, like not babysit. You know, like watch my cousins and shit like that when I was younger or something like that for cash, where my uncles and aunt went out to.
Cobweb's like, no. Before you leave, make sure they're not broken. So
exactly, you don't want to be sitting up there taking. You don't.
Cobweb,
do you even pick up a rental car from the place without looking at it first?
When we watch these movies, we're in a thought pattern of, hey, this is a movie, not what I would have done. Our hindsight is 2020.
So, the mom said. They just fell asleep.
She just seen them.
They were sick. They were getting over being sick, and they were having a hard time sleeping. So she put them to sleep. So she knew that they were asleep. She knew they were asleep. So she said So there was really no reason for her to go up there right when they left.
No.
And then they were sick.
And it was 1979. They were no pussy.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
1979. You're 5 years old. Walk up to the corner. Go get some milk and some bread and some butter.
I am so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot this movie came out in 1979. That is a totally different world than what we have been living in like right now. The 70s was something scary.
8-year-olds had keys to the house.
Oh my God!
Just come home by themselves, make dinner on their own,
walk to school in the snow.
None of this. 19 years old, never put gas in the car, don't know how to lock the house.
I had a key to my house in the 70s.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, I was like 6 years old, and I had
when I started washing my clothes when I was a kid, when I was strong enough to pick up that heavy ass chair with steps on it. To get up and put the fucking clothes in the washer and take them out, put them in the dryer.
Wow, they started you like independent, like early, you know? I mean, I get it. I was independent too. I mean, literally, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I had the key, the key around my, the house key around my neck on a shoestring, one of my old shoestrings, you know? And that's how you know. You come in the house, you lock the door behind you. You don't answer the phone. You don't let nobody in. You don't turn on the stove, and and you do your homework.
And don't touch nothing in nobody's house when you go over for a party or anything like that. Just sit still. Don't go in the other kid's room unless the other kid's in there. And y'all don't play with none of their toys because I don't want to hear what kind of toys they got that you ain't got. Just shut the fuck up. Grown folks are talking.
You know what the first thing I did when I came home?
What?
With that shoestring, and she told me all the rules. I broke every single goddamn one.
Just to do it.
I did. I broke all the rules. I was on the phone. You know what I'm saying? I was outside. I had, you know what I'm saying? I had cooked me something to eat. I had did everything. I was in and out. I didn't even care. I was out on my bike. I was doing it all. And I was supposed to be sitting my ass in the house. That's probably the reason why they said,
But
they should have cut. Oh no, I was good, bro.
Did you?
No, I didn't die. Why? I mean, I'm here right now. I mean, shit. They just had to realize that. They just had to realize that, like, hey, I think that, this guy's a little bit far advanced than we thought.
No, just regular ass 70s kid. That's
yeah, 70s kids. That's scary.
Now it's against the law to send your 10-year-old up to the corner store to get something to drink, come back.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. You know how many notes I used to have to go to the store,
get some cigarettes.
To get cigarettes for your mom.
Yes, cigarettes. Yes, a cigarettes and a beer. Okay, I would have a note. I would get it was like a 40 ounce of MGD and a pack of Newports or Benson and Hedges menthol 100s.
Benson and Hedges or Virginia Slims.
Mine was Salem 100.
Mm-hmm.
The green pack.
Yep.
My
With
mom
a note.
would give me her empty pack and then be like, go. Like, she would drive me up to the store. I wasn't allowed to walk to the store. She would drive me, and then she'd be like, here, go tell them you want a pack like this.
No, mine was get on your bike, go over there, get a soda, give me a pack of cigarettes. You're going to have 25 cents left. Go ahead and play that damn video game, and don't do too good on it because you got to come back in time for my cigarette.
Oh, please.
And it was Zevious. So
it was rough out there. Oh, yeah. You ever get the numbers you had to play for the lottery?
We didn't have lottery here until the last couple of years of high school for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had state lottery here when I was a kid. So my grandpa used to always give me the numbers for the day. He would write them down on a little piece of brown paper bag or something like that. He'd rip off his damn numbers and shit like that, and then you initial it, and he'd send me over to Gibson's corner store to go play his numbers for him. And they just did it. Okay, fine, here you go.
I remember
they didn't give a shit
when it first started over here, and we had to wait for the 10 o'clock news, and then my mom would tell me, like, write the numbers down, and then they would still show where they're coming. The little balls were coming out, and then they would say
still show it on TV. Yeah, now they don't even show it on TV.
Then we'd have to write them.
Allegedly, you could look it up on your own. This is purely for entertainment purposes only. Hold on, let me look at the camera. Wink, wink. Did not necessarily really happen. This is for entertainment only, but you can look it up. And apparently, the guy that had his own island that everybody was fiddling the diddling with kids and all that. Allegedly, supposedly, he won the lottery twice.
Yes, that's true.
It's on the books, allegedly.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
Allegedly, yes, I've heard that same thing.
Yeah, he won the lottery twice, just to here's some extra money. Not saying that it's as rigged as football or anything like that. Allegedly,
I didn't say anything about that. We were supposed to be talking about, we were sitting back here talking about how things were cool in the 70s and everything else like that, and how we used to go get things and stuff like that for our parents and stuff like that. And
back when football wasn't scripted. Allegedly,
I don't know anything about that. The season's ended like last week when the Bears lost.
How are they going to have an NFL graphic that has at the beginning of the year, before the first game is played, before the first preseason game is played, and the two quarterbacks that are facing off against each other in the Super Bowl, even though one of them their team last year had only won 4 games, but this year they were the front two quarterbacks facing off against each other in the alleged NFL graphic.
Because they do those graphics all around, Josh. They do them for every team.
Yeah, no, this had every quarterback on there walking into the dome where the Super Bowl is going to be at, and the front two are the two quarterbacks for the two teams that won. And there was only one graphic. There wasn't multiple graphics.
That you've seen?
No, that they put out. It's a fact. Go look it up. Allegedly. The NFL, they put it out themselves. It's not like other people put it out or anything like that. Even though one of those quarterbacks was on a four game winning team only, and completely against all odds making it to the Super Bowl. But yeah,
I think he just crushed his dreams.
It doesn't. I don't know.
Even though
I can't comment on this, Josh, because I don't watch. Let me tell you something. You know how many football games I've watched this year?
Because I don't want to know the truth.
No, honestly, tell the truth. I only watch Bears games. If the Bears aren't playing, I don't watch football. That's the only games I've watched this year. I don't watch games by other teams or other players or anything. Those are outside my bubble.
This was
the only thing that
wasn't a game.
It was a picture, a digital.
I don't know a lot of that stuff. I don't pay attention.
The Bears was on it, so.
Did Caleb Williams, did he score? Did they show him throwing another touchdown?
Cobweb's going to be like, next thing you know, you're going to tell me that WrestleMania is scripted. All I know is.
Stop it.
WWE and NFL are both listed tax-wise. This is for entertainment purposes only. Listed tax-wise as entertainment companies, not where one is a sports like skill. And
let me tell you something. I am entertained. I am very entertained.
So am I.
Right. And here's the thing.
And it takes athletes to do this. It takes great athletes to do this, rigged or not, on both of these things. Much respect to all of them. But
we're supposed to be talking about When a Stranger Calls.
I don't want to talk about it because I know you're going to complain about something about how this and that. And this movie is amazing and great. And you got to look at it in the eye of 1979.
I chose this movie. I saw this movie when I was little at my grandma's house, and I liked it. Watched it, and I don't know how many times I watched it. But then when we watched it this last time, like, it'd been a while since I'd seen it, and I was like, oh, I don't remember this.
This scene, I don't remember this. I honestly didn't remember past the first 20 minutes. I didn't remember the whole extra scene about the guy breaking out and the fat detective going after him and then meeting the chick at the bar and then using her as bait. I don't remember any of that shit.
This is my first time seeing it.
So you don't remember any of it either. There you go.
Yeah. I've never seen this movie before. I was like, oh, this is what that movie is or something like that. And then I was like, as I'm watching it, I'm like, okay, I've seen where they got that from in this movie. They've used it before here, there, and stuff like that. I saw that.
How other movies have borrowed from it, including me and Deborah at the same time. We turned to each other and we're like, Dexter. Yeah. The music for this was used in Dexter.
Okay. I've never watched the show.
Oh, you never watched Dexter?
No.
But I guarantee you he knows the meme where Inspector Dukes comes around the corner and says, surprise, motherfucker. You've seen that
Who's
meme?
That?
You've seen it.
I don't
You've
think so.
seen it.
I can't help it, Josh. I'm telling you, bro. A lot of this stuff I don't. Deb got real solid when I said, you didn't see Dexter? She was got offended and shit.
How you going to be on a horror podcast and not see that?
I didn't know. What is it about? Is it like a horror thing or something like that? But that's not what we're here about. We're here about When a Stranger Calls.
So, breaking down the movie, a police detective and a babysitter relive horror years later. That's all they put on here. Stars Carol Kane, have fun storming the castle. You know, Billy Crystal's wife from Princess Bride.
That's where she
yes.
I kept saying, I know her from other movies, but I can't remember where.
Wasn't she on Saturday Night Live?
She was on everything back in the day.
Right. I knew that's who she was. But I didn't remember that she did that part with the storming the castle.
She was her and Billy Crystal. Magic Max, I think his name was in the movie. She's the ghost of Christmas Present from Scrooge.
Yeah.
She's the granny from Adam's Family.
Yep.
Oh.
Mama. That's Mama.
Dude, she's in a bajillion. I can't even list all the things that she's in.
Oh, she's cool.
Yes.
Man.
She was even in the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Oh my goodness.
Cool.
Yeah. Now that was a good cartoon. That was some good animation right there. Yeah.
This touche. Motherfucking shay.
Touche.
Hey, I had a kid at that point in time, you know, a young offspring of Cobweb's loins. They watched that type of stuff, and then, you know, watched it with them.
Oh, you're one of those people. Got to use a kid as the excuse to watch cartoons.
No.
Nah.
Look, I watch cartoons all the time. When Charlie Brown came out in the theater, me, Josh, and a friend of ours went to go watch it.
Oh, the Peanuts movie.
Yeah,
That's what it was called, the Peanuts movie.
We went to go watch it, and like there was a theater full of kids, and there was like one part that like the light shined, and I looked over, and Josh and our friend, and like all the parents were asleep. Except for me and the kids, and we were all laughing at the
Was it that bad of a movie, or was it good?
I was tired.
It wasn't bad. I was laughing I was laughing the whole time, but all the parents were asleep.
Okay, I'll put it on the list. I wanted to see that. You know, unlike I thought that this Stranger Call thing was going to be like a little bit more.
What didn't you like about this movie?
Okay. I was really pissed off with old girl when she kept answering the phone. You know, because, you know, it's kind of like hard.
1979.
1979.
17-year-old babysitter waiting for her boyfriend to give her a call. Mm-hmm. They didn't have all waiting. They didn't have different type of ringers.
Nope. And if you sit up there and you left the phone off, you didn't leave the phone off the hook because somebody might be trying to call.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There was no call waiting. You call somebody and they were on the phone. It just went because it was busy. It was a busy signal.
How did it go?
Some shit like that. It did. It was a busy signal. You remember that? I haven't heard that in so long. A freaking busy signal when you call somebody.
Now it just goes to voicemail.
I pointed that
exactly.
out. I pointed that out with Clown in a Cornfield, where they picked up the phone, had a perfect dial tone, and she says, "I think it's broken," but she had a perfect dial tone, meaning it works. She didn't know what a dial tone was.
Right.
Glasses.
They know what the dial tone is, but hey, you know, if they heard the busy signal, they'd be like, "What the heck is that?"
Kids nowadays don't know what a dial tone is.
Back in my day,
when you pick up your cell phone, it doesn't have a dial tone.
No, it doesn't.
And you don't even have like phones in the house anymore.
You can't even hang up right on people. Back in the day, you could be like, clack. And now it's just boop, same. No matter how mad or not you are.
Boop. You couldn't get that slam. You can't get that slam, that coming down slam.
Mm-mm.
No, you couldn't. They don't know the pain of having to trip around a 10-foot freaking phone cord, you know?
Your mama's so stupid, she got tripped up on a cordless phone.
You remember when cordless phones came out? I was like so excited because there was no more just walk around the house with with the phone.
Yeah, that big long ass antenna on the end of it and shit, right?
Metal one, you break off.
When cell phones first came out.
Hold on. For those who don't know, the antennas had like an antenna like this. Like the phone had one of these.
Oh shit. Or the battery pack ones. Or the cell phones had the battery packs. I knew a guy that had one. They had the battery pack cell phone.
The bag phone. I had one.
Well, my dad had one of those when it first came out. It looked like a brick with
that
an
Motorola brick with that big plastic antenna.
Yeah.
That was the cocaine phone. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying that about your dad. I'm just saying on TV, on TV, Miami Vice. On Miami Vice, they all had their high speed jet boats and like 40 keys. I don't even know how much a key is, but 40 bricks of whatever, and then they had
2,000 grams.
Miami Vice.
Right. This is the key. That's 1,000 grams, bro. So we good.
I don't know what that looks like. We just had a bunch of bricks in that boat, and it was like, no, yeah, nobody's gonna see that.
Man, please.
In the speedboat with the leopard prints on the side of it.
It's true though. It's true. I knew a lot of people, and I think back in the day, I don't think I knew anybody that didn't have one of those phones that pretty much weren't allegedly living that lifestyle.
I had a bag phone. With a curly cord, and that was from selling speakers that allegedly fell off of the back of trucks. You know those guys that drive up, hey bro, I just did this pickup from where I work at, and they gave me 2 sets of speakers instead of 1. So before I get back to the office, I gotta sell these off right now. You want to take these off my hands before I go? I gotta get back to work. I'm already running late right now, so I gotta show up with 1, but they gave me 2.
I got $45.
Yeah, did y'all have that racket up there?
They were kind of tight about that back in the day. You know, you had to know some people, you know, to buy that type of stuff like that. I never got a chance to really buy anything like that from that. They just used to bring it to the house.
No, but
you know,
they really didn't fall off the truck or anything like that. It was just
no, that stuff was hot as a motherfucker, bro. Yeah, I know what you're saying though. Yeah, allegedly. I mean, you could put the word out real easy back in the day and say you want something. Give it like about a week or something like that. Truckers would show up with any goddamn thing back in the 80s. In the early 90s, bro, it was scary out here.
So let's talk about the movie. You are right, and Deb's feeling a little under the weather, and this is her movie. So let's get to the movie. It starts off with a babysitter walking up to the house. That's Carole King.
What was her name? It was like Jane.
Her name was Jill Johnson. And she walks up to the first time she's ever met these people. The doctor, no, not doctor, the husband and the wife. First time they've ever met, and they're like, "Here's the keys to our house. There's food in the fridge. Our kids are asleep. We're gonna pay you $5 an hour, and we'll be gone. And we're gonna stop at the restaurant. And if the night goes well, we're gonna go to the movies. Here's the number to the restaurant. Peace."
Great babysitting gig.
Different world.
$5 an hour in 1979.
Bank.
Yep.
You banking.
Yeah,
you banking.
I was gonna say you didn't have to worry about stuff like bad stuff that much back then.
It's not like there was a guy in an ice cream truck going around killing kids and burying them underneath his house or anything like that in the 70s. No.
Bruh, I told you what I say earlier. The 70s was a monster. Was a monster to live through the 70s. If you lived through any part of the 70s, it was scary, bro. You never knew. They take your ass off the checkboard real quick.
What you got, Deb?
Oh, I was just saying, like, I was gonna say it was different back then, but then I was like, remember, there was a man that just came into the country a week ago. Before that, illegally, allegedly, and he did all that stuff to those 2 kids, and
so you're pointing out that the completely forgetting about the rest of the movie. Yes, it was a undocumented immigrant that came from England,
one of them,
and killed these 2 kids, and then mentally tortured the babysitter by calling her, "Have you checked on the children? Have you checked on the children?"
Oh my God.
And there were so many times that she was going to go up there to go check on them, and then something would happen.
Something else would happen.
And she would come back down.
Thank God she didn't go up there.
Yeah.
Deb's over here saying we need to send his limey ass back to Great Britain.
Oh, no, the cop took care of it.
In the long
yeah, he
run,
took care of that. And that was some bullshit. Let me tell you, that was some bullshit. You let this motherfucker come over here in this fucking country, do all that fucking heinous ass shit, and you put his ass in a minimum security mental asylum?
Yep.
You know what? I'm sorry.
Mad.
1979.
No, fuck that. I told you on this pod, for those of y'all who haven't heard it. Oh, by the way, I'm Josh.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even. I'm Deb.
Cobweb in the house, baby.
We are the Cast of the Pod podcast. We're missing Gantu today. We're back to the Dream Team format as of right now. And I've said on this podcast, so anybody who's new to it, that's why we said our names again. I did jury duty one time, and it was for a person. They wouldn't tell us what he did to be in prison. They just told us he was never getting out, period. That was not a point of argument. And they wanted us to decide. This is what I didn't understand. How were they going to have a jury decide if he was going to be in the prison, cuckoo home, or what's the technical term? You're not supposed to say cuckoo home. You're not supposed to say
insane.
An asylum.
The mental therapy treatment center, whatever. Or if he was going to be in a private low security one. Like how are you going to leave that up to us? And I remember we had tickets, almost front row tickets to SmackDown, WWF SmackDown. Was it F or E?
Oh wow,
it was F back
Get
then.
the F out of here. But so we had almost front row tickets. We were sitting right behind Jose Lothario, and I remember it's like the guy's mom was there. The people that he affected, who they wouldn't tell us how he affected them, were there. The state prosecutor was there. On both sides, and defense was there, and they were all like, please send him here. And there was one lady on the jury that was like, it's not our place to judge people, and he's a poor innocent soul, blah 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 blah. And it's like, all we needed to do was go back there and say, hey, everybody that's involved in this says he needs to go here. And they showed us the pictures of where he ripped all of his orifice open on his body, his eyes, his mouth, the exit, and almost tore his junk off from the root. That shows you got some issues. Yeah.
You know, people like that make comments like that. Right. They don't want to take responsibility for their own actions. That's why they say things like that. They don't want to be held accountable in their own heart about making decisions like that.
And it wasn't
That's what they are. It's a cop out. It's a cop out.
Like 12 Angry Men with some bullshit going on or anything like that. Or what was that other one? Was it 12 Angry Men where the guy's like, I got
12 Angry Jurors?
Yeah, 12 Angry Men. No. But there was another movie or something like that where he's like, I've got tickets to the game tonight. So it wasn't like I was trying to just dish this off. I mean, it was open and shut. This is what everybody, this was the best thing for him. And she was there hours and hours and hours. And then finally she was like, fine, whatever. She was the only one that was like, whatever. It's like,
they shouldn't have sent his, you know what? They shouldn't have sent his ass to that damn asylum either. They shouldn't have. They should have sent his ass. They should have deported his motherfucking ass. That's what the fuck they should have did.
Hey, Ixnay on the Uthte can't be talking about the truth like that, yay, today.
I'm just saying. I mean, like, why would you even keep him in this country after what he's did and have him figure out and deport him and have them deal with him and incarcerate his ass?
I'm not even going to talk about any type of immigration shit or anything like that, but I will say, if without a shadow of a doubt they prove that he unalived 2 children for the simple reason of wanting to wear their blood, like he said in this movie, they shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have shipped him off. They shouldn't have put him in a crazy house or anything like that. Should have just unalived, done.
I agree 100%.
Stuck him in.
I agree 100%.
Stuck him in the
100%.
Yep, stuck him in the electric chair, covered him in honey, and just put him out with some ants. Don't even turn.
I can deal with that.
Put him in the chair. Just put him in the.
I can deal with that. I don't understand. That's something that I miss. The concept that we used to have like a long time ago, and I really think that they really might need to bring back beheading.
That might be too fast.
Why not?
I mean, especially in situations like this, where without a shadow of a doubt, this is the person that did it. Not allegedly, not like I heard somebody say this or some person says this is what he did, and then the guy's like, or the girl's like, what? That's not what, you know. I mean, they found him in the house, covered in their blood, handprint on the other phone that he was calling from. That was another world back then. They had another line they forgot they had in the house. And see,
was it because the dad was a doctor?
no, but
right?
this was another line. This was the third line.
Yeah.
That they had in the house. He even says it's a phone number that they forgot that they had, and he just connected in. You used to pay for the phone to be at your house. Your phone number was at your house.
Yes.
And
that's your number.
You plugged it into the wall, and that was your number. So, it happens. So for those of y'all that haven't seen the movie, she's there. She's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Talks to her friend Peggy. I can't believe you like Mark. Mark is, you know that I like Mark, and blah, 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 blah. Just a whole bunch of stuff like that, a whole bunch of bullshit. Hangs up, phone rings. She's like, make sure you give Mark my number. Phone rings, and she's like, hey, what's going on? Have you checked on the kids? And she's like, who's this? Have you checked on the children? She hangs up, goes to get something to eat. What does she get? Oh, she pours herself a glass or two of that brown liquor.
And she's supposed to be a high school kid,
She's supposed to be like 17.
She went right for the brown liquor. She knew what she was on.
She poured like 2 fingers worth, right? And then shot it back. Didn't even like make a face or anything like that. She was just like, thump, okay, 1, let me refill. 2.
She had that yak in her, boy.
And then
she was feeling good.
She was about to take another one when the phone rang.
The phone rings again. Now, this is one of the things, if you noticed, I noticed it, Deb noticed it, and then it's in the IMDb also. Every time the phone rings during that first 20-minute segment and it's the killer, it's louder each time on the audio track of the film.
Have you checked the children?
And then finally,
I never paid attention.
Yeah, she calls the police, and the police are like, hey, that shit happens. It happened last month. People be prank calling people all the time. Don't worry about it. Have you checked on the children? Still, this whole time, she never went to go check on the kids.
Well, every time, like I said, every time she was going to go up there, something would happen. He would call again, or
the friends would call.
Something would happen, and then...
Or she took that Nestle Crunch ice cream bar out the fridge.
Oh, yeah.
Took one bite of it, then the phone rings, and she put it in the ashtray. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
And then later on, they show it, and it's melting.
It's melting in the ashtray.
Jeez. She has some issues. She has some real problems. But that's the thing. You'd be like, oh, I would have just went up there with no. There was no taking the phone upstairs with you. While you're on the phone. No, you don't do that, because guess what? They didn't have really super long phone cords back in the 70s.
Dude, you remember, Deb, did you ever buy a super long cord from Radio Shack before?
Yes.
Probably around the same time Cobweb was getting his HDMI cables for a penny. But
I bought all our super long phone cords off the L. People from Chicago know what I'm talking about.
Off the train?
Yeah. Yeah. They had come up to the 25 to 50-foot cables. Shit like that, Take one of those back to the house. You'd be good.
So you're telling me some guy walked up to you all bootleg, opened up his trench coat. You want to buy a phone cord, little boy?
It was not like that. Okay. They just walk through, they come through. It was just like normal. You'd be sitting on the train, and guys would just come by, and there'd be the bootleg guy. He'd come through with cassettes all the time with the bootleg cassettes. And then it'd be like phone cords, and then it'd be a guy that always selling pantyhose and shit, and stuff like that.
Pantyhose?
Pantyhose?
Yeah.
Because you went and just ripped off a grip of them and then just go and, yeah.
They would say he had them for the women that was going to work on the train who might have got a hole in their shit and they needed a new pair
for work.
So he had to for work. So he had to pay a pantyhose.
You had to know your demographic in your area of it was pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when we would go to the malt house and I'd get a number 1 un poquito de todo plate and then order crispy dogs. And then when we left the malt house, there was always that guy that had that yellow and white and black starter gym bag, and he'd open it up. And he's like, "You want some movies? You want some movies?" And then he graduated from the DVDs that had 2 movies on it to having the thumbsticks that had like 40 movies on it or 10 movies on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
like $5 a movie. Something
And then
like that.
people would stand up and cough and walk across the, or you'd be watching the movie and you get to a good part,
I'm like,
and then
"Hey,
the camera
you."
would disappear and then come back up. And
Hey, you over there, sit down. And then Josh would be like, "Hey, you're talking to the screen."
you're talking to the TV, Deborah. This is
like,
bootleg.
so they need to sit down. I can't see.
I can't
I paid
remember.
That's
good
funny.
money
You know
for
what?
this.
There is a there is a movie, and I'm gonna have to look up what it is. Where on the DVD, on the Blu-ray, they included a bootleg version of it. Like the director went downtown New York, bought a bootleg of his own movie, and included it on the Blu-ray of his. So
That's awesome. That is so awesome.
Like being the person that filmed in the theater, and then you see and then you go and buy it, like buy the real one, and then you see your
you'd be
copy.
like, this motherfucker stole my copy of the movie of his that I stole.
Right, he stole it back.
Now
And you don't
making
get
money
shit
off
for
it.
it.
I'm gonna sue because he's making money off of my camera work.
Right. He stole it back. He stole
Then
the movie back.
it would have some type of Asian you've never seen type language on the bottom of it. And
Oh my God. See, this is the reason why. See, and let me tell you something, people. Back to the movie.
Okay.
first 20 minutes, one of the biggest, most inspirational scenes of horror. This is before they made slashers and all that. At the beginning, find out that the kids are dead. Not only are they dead, they've been dead for hours before this happened.
Yeah.
So before she even got there, the kids were dead. He was already covered in their blood,
So like,
and eating their kidney beans, their livers with some Chianti and farva.
See?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So-
I don't understand why she didn't do that, Deborah, even
The
regardless
mom-
of the matter.
well,
Because nobody wants no you get there and their mom's like, "Hey, kids asleep." You're like, "All right, I don't want to wake up these spoiled ass little bastards. They're gonna be asking me, can I have this? Can I have that? Can I have ice cream?" Because that fridge was stocked. And they're like, they're asleep. Easy money. Just let those little motherfuckers sleep.
Yep.
I don't think I could have. The lady Debs. Have you ever had a babysitting job?
Yes.
Have you ever not seen the kids with the parents before they left?
No, because they brought them to me. I never went to somebody's house and stayed there. Oh no, Mom. Well,
Yeah, you did.
yeah,
but
I
it
did.
wasn't.
But
But it also
was
wasn't the
different.
70s.
Damn it.
And it was also not a complete total stranger's house.
That was her first time babysitting there.
Yeah, we
that's
said
what
that.
he said.
Right. That's even more reason. So if you never even seen the kids before, wow, 70s.
This movie is so inspirational that in San Antonio on 107.5, what is that? The Beat
Yeah.
in October. I was gonna say Halloween-tober.
Halloween.
In October, that's when they have Scary Larry. He's like, "Scary Larry here," and he's talks about the story. He talks about the different stories, and he has one where it's like, "Have you checked on the children?" And it's a play off of the first 20 minutes of this movie. And any listeners right now may have noticed that we're not getting to the rest of the movie, because what the rest of the movie is, you find out many years later, she married
like
some
7
other
years
dude,
later.
had 2 kids, happy life. The guy breaks out, and you meet the guy, and he's very disappointing when you see him. But that's what makes it very realistic, you know.
Yeah.
And he's at a slum bar, and he's picking up some slum chick, and then she don't want to have nothing to do with it. She tries to chase him off, and then one of the
She
guys at
yells
the
at
bar
him.
stands up. He's like, "The lady said leave her alone." Then whoops his ass.
Beat the
Right.
shit out his ass.
Beat
Beat the living shit out of him
pours
and pour
liquor all
some
over
brown
him
lick
and
on his
everything.
ass and
Yep.
threw
And
his ass out.
the bartender made me mad because he was like, "Oh, leave him alone. He was not doesn't mean any harm." He was bothering her.
He was more than harassing her.
This is the 70s, Deb. Remember,
Yeah,
this is the
but
70s.
I know,
You could be at work and you can palm your coworker's butt if you wanted to. Female, you slap them on their butts whenever they walk past you.
That's true.
Women in the 70s had very little rights and respect.
The bartender was probably like, "That's what she gets for wearing that outfit."
Exactly. That's one thing that really stuck out to me in this movie that was really like a glare, was that how women were treated back then. Even like when he came in old girl's house, he just walks in the door and has a seat, and she doesn't do anything about it, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck?
So when Charles During, who's playing Officer John Clifford, and then retired officer, now private investigator John Clifford, he's knocking on the door. She's like, I'm not going to let anybody in unless you have a warrant. Well, I can't show you the papers unless you open the door. She opens the door and he just walks into the apartment and he sits down. She's like, where are those papers? He's like, not with me.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. She was really to be as traumatized as they had, gave her no respect. They came in and out of her house whenever they wanted to. It was just, I didn't like it.
So after he gets his ass beat because he's harassing her, and the waitress, the bartender's all like, well, she does have tits. You know.
He doesn't say that, but.
No, that's basically what he's saying. That's okay. She has tits.
It's her fault.
He didn't mean no harm. She takes him home after she's the reason why he got his ass beat.
No, she doesn't.
Well, no, he followed her.
He follows her and she lets him in. He doesn't push his way in.
No,
she lets him in.
She walked in
because she feels
left
guilty.
the door open. And he walked in on his own.
And she was about to.
What the fuck?
But then she turned around and said, what are you doing in here? I don't
what?
know. She started talking on the phone. I don't think she realized that she left the door open.
She did that hair.
What? No, she saw him in the hallway. She saw him in the hallway. What woman would sit up there and let some guy that you know that was harassing you, that got his ass beat
because of you,
because of
himself,
you see him follow you home and standing in the hallway, dark hallway in front of you, and you just leave your door open so he can walk in? Bitch, please. I guess she did have tits. It was her fault. Shit.
So she runs him off finally, and he's living. Man, this is how different the world was, because even the bums in New York, the immigrant bums in New York, undocumented persons of a homeless stature, undocumented homeless. What's the word? You're not supposed to say homeless.
Yeah.
Domicilially challenged individuals.
I forgot what.
So he had a two-piece suit on with a turtleneck, living in a refrigerator box, had the box up on the bench.
Yeah.
But so they use
the
her,
70s.
then they use her as bait, and then John Clifford was a good 250 pounds. Good 250 pounds, probably 5'9", barely, and he was moving down those stairs.
Yeah.
And running. He was running.
That was called, he was not running down the stairs. It was called barreling down the stairs. Okay. That was all about momentum, my friend.
He didn't have a stunt double or anything like that. His big ass was not out of breath or anything like that. So fat in the 70s was not the fat of now.
No, it's different. He was coming down the stairs. It was all momentum. Once he was actually like fell down him and he just rolled him down. He was like that big baller just chasing Indiana Jones.
That was that muscular fat from the 70s where the lead actor would wear his pants like 4 inches up over his belly button.
Oh yeah.
With suspenders.
Yeah.
It just man.
Right. So he tries to catch him. He has the right idea. They're like, oh, what are you going to do when you catch him? He's like, I'm going to kill his goddamn ass.
Yeah, his partner. Dude, that was like the 70s funk orgy party going on. He goes to, well, now it's the 80s, right? Because it's a few years later.
Yeah.
He goes to his retired partner who was so he was the detective on the scene, and then his buddy was like the highest rank uniform officer on the scene. Right. And now they're both retired private detectives or whatever. And they're there in the late 70s, early 80s funk orgy fest at his house.
And he's all buzzed.
He's all like, yeah, you know, and he's like, what was the killer's name? Fuck.
The caller?
Kurt Duncan. He's like, Kurt Duncan was loose. He's like, what? Say what?
Yeah, right. What? Say what?
Say what? And hey, you know what? The partner, the buddy, Ron O'Neill, Lieutenant Charlie Garber, he had that Becky with the good hair.
Becky with the good hair?
Yeah.
What is that?
His hair was all steamed and pressed and done. It was straightened and everything like that. But then he had that thick 70s brother mustache.
Oh my God.
It's like, how are you going to have this straight pressed hair and then that mustache? It's like one or the other.
It was like
it's like wearing polyester pants and a cotton shirt. You know, it just does not mix right. A silk shirt and polyester pants.
It was like a bad night at Boogie Nights.
Yes, it's Boogie Afternoon. That's what he had. Boogie Midday.
Oh man!
But as soon as he told him that he was out, it was like he wasn't drunk anymore.
Yeah,
he
just snapped out of the drunkenness, and he's like, I'm not going to take him in this time. I'm going to kill him. And he's like, what are you going to use? What are you going to do? And he goes, lockpicks. He's going to fucking kill him with lockpicks.
At first, I thought he was talking about like needles or something. Like, I don't know. I thought he had said something else.
And then to drive the point home, later on, they have to break into old girl's apartment. And he sticks one lockpick in there and goes, blook, and it just opens with the one bloop. And then when he's chasing him through like all the different homeless shelters, he's over at the Y, and like he chunks one of the lockpicks at him from 2 feet away and misses him, and it sticks into the wall. And it's like,
dude,
he was gonna really try to kill this guy with lockpicks.
And then did you see how I don't know.
Just say that again. Go ahead.
What floor she lived on? Remember? And
she was like on the 34th.
And he was already like going outside, and then that's when Kurt showed up, and he was talking to her, and then out of nowhere she just started screaming, and then the detective was there like seconds.
The detective left the apartment, was outside. Yeah, you're right. Was outside the apartment, and then the killer shows back up at her place, and she's like, ah! And then all of a sudden, his fat ass is back up there within like 42 seconds.
He was on that 70s cocaine.
Even if she lived on the 4th floor, there is
mobile phones.
Even if he lived on the 4th floor, he wouldn't have been able to get his ass up there. Even if he used the elevator that fast.
No, this was the 80s, so he had the good shit.
And
he had that Miami Vice shit.
Into the apartment, and she was like, he went that way.
So needless to say, Carol Kane and her new husband, I don't even know what his name is, they go out to dinner
with the babysitter,
leaving the babysitter with the 2 kids there at the house. Then there's a call for Jill Johnson, still calling her. I guess she kept her maiden name or whatever. And this is back in the day for the younger viewers. You know, you didn't have a phone. They didn't have pagers or anything like that. You'd call up the restaurant. Hey, is there a Josh there or a Cobweb there or Deb there? And then they'd walk around and they're like, excuse me, sir, are you Cobweb? Blah, 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 blah. You have a phone call. So you'd have to go get the phone call. So she picks up the phone. She's like, hi, this is Jill. And then you hear, have you checked on your children?
And then she's like, ah!
That's when the camera zooms in and pulls out, does the dolly shot, the jaws, and
he falls to the floor crying and screaming.
And then everybody's taking turns slapping her. Shut up, woman! We're having dinner.
Get this woman out of here.
Take her.
That's
back
how they do it. Very low faith for women.
Why is she wearing shoes?
Right.
And then
aren't you supposed to be in the house barefoot?
Exactly.
Then they call the babysitter, and she's like, "What's wrong with
The
you?"
babysitter's like, "Yeah, what the fuck's your problem? We're good.
We're
Well,
okay."
have you checked the children? Yeah, they're all right. Check my children, my babies. The camera. Needless to say,
she's like, "I'm going home."
they get there. Kids are all right. They run into the killer. Charles Dunning pulls out his lockpicks and goes, "Fuck it, I'm gonna shoot him." Boom, shoots him instead. Shoots him. He's dead. It's over.
He put a couple in him. Pause.
So, this movie, this movie, when I was little, is one of the reasons why I don't like closets, and I don't like mirrors, and I don't like closets. Not because of this movie was the closet part. So the killer ends up in there. This is another thing I don't understand. So after everything's done, right, and then she can't sleep. She goes and checks on the kids. She goes downstairs to go make coffee or chocolate. I don't know. She gets something, and then the lights turn off. And she's like, "What? My lights are off." She goes and checks on the kids, and then she doesn't even think about it. And she's like, it's something that happens all the time. The lights turn off all the time. Then we go back to
70s.
bed.
80s, yeah.
She's there in her bed, and then she hears Kurt talking, but it looks like he's in the closet. When I saw this movie, I always get scared that someone's in the closet.
Wow, that's scary. See?
And
yeah.
She kept hearing him talking, and then she thinks that he's in the closet, and she starts to try waking up her husband.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that scene.
And then he turns around, and it's the killer laying there next to her in bed.
Instead of the husband.
And the husband's the one in the closet, and he falls.
See, but that first 20 minutes is so memorable that all the rest of it is a joke, or it's not something that's going to stick in your mind. And that just shows you the power of the first 20 minutes of this film.
Yeah. Have you checked the children?
Yeah, 20 minutes is...
My mom still, like, every now and then she'll call me, and she'll be like, "Have you checked the children?" I'm like, "No, Mom, I don't have any. Why am I going to check them?" Because my mom's like that.
All right, there we go. That's that crazy shit.
Yeah. Mom, stop asking me that. You know I don't have any.
See, that's why. See, people be playing games. You know, this whole movie was about people playing games on people's phones and shit. In the 70s, you didn't play on people's phones. In the 80s, you didn't either. You know, and
late 90s, neither. No.
It was different, man. It was just. It was nowadays. It really was different because I grew up in the 70s, so I've seen a lot of crazy shit. You know, and we were saying earlier, you was able to do a lot of crazy shit back in the 70s, in the early 80s. You know, not like you can do now. There's a lot less restrictions. Yeah. Kids used to have issues like they say, you know, you go see some crazy shit some days and you'd be like, oh, okay, you know, now kids nowadays, they see some shit like that. They got to go through counseling for fucking 5 to 6 years and shit like that. You know, I saw a dead body. Motherfuckers like, oh yeah, I saw like 3 last week. But
so I was told, and then when I was talking to my podcast mentor about that, about how we go into like race relations and we have race-based jokes here on Cast the Pod, and it's like, no, these are just jokes. This is, we lived where we lived, and we lived with who we lived with, and these are just regular jokes. It's not forced or anything like that. With that being said, and I know I always have to prefix these things, and Gantu's always like, you don't have to explain yourself. I know, but we live in a world where there's some bitches. I mean, allegedly very sensitive people that don't know that, you know, some people are just people and people are people and we all love each other and all that. But did you see the one that I sent out where I want to see the movie where it's a student and a teacher and she says, man, we had to watch all this crap or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, nah, I don't want to hear it. You're the one that did the 15-page report about how Gremlins is just the white fear of black society. And then she says, yeah, they're loud in the movies. They love fried chicken, and they get mad when you get their hair wet.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. That's why Jay-Z said, don't ever fucking feed them.
So you didn't see that video I sent you?
No, because it does sound familiar. So I might have seen it, but it's been a long time.
I was thinking maybe we should put those out on Cast the Pod, and we talk about our stuff about, you know, what we want to do here. We talk about it publicly instead of doing it, you know, behind closed doors and all that. And you might be wondering why I brought that up, and that makes no sense. It's like a palate cleanser from while we were talking about this movie, because I want to talk about how I want to change the rating system.
You want to change the rating system for how we rate movies?
Yes.
Have we consulted the calculator of doom?
You mean this one? You watching? Play it, motherfucker. Did you see that one? He's gone.
Where'd he go?
Did you see it? Don't tell me you didn't see it.
I saw it.
You weren't impressed?
I'm always impressed.
It's the new calculator of doom. I like how Cobweb hides that he's eating. That's why you just get behind the mic and just.
Are you eating tacos? Or
It's Taco Tuesday.
Not in the Cobweb house anymore.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
They have catfish,
etouffee,
fish and chicken. They have dollar wing Tuesday.
Oh.
You get a full chicken wing for $1, unlimited. You know, not a little party wing. You get the full 3-piece, the little flap on it too.
The full wing.
You get the full wing for $1. Huh?
You get bread with it.
Too slow. I'm trying to not give him any grief.
That's you.
Honestly, tell the truth. Let me tell you something. You don't.
Oh, boo.
Got to buy your own 2 slices of bread. Extra
Right, and barbecue sauce is extra.
What?
Yes, they don't give out the little cups of barbecue sauce, but they have see, this is so goofy, but they have the barbecue sauce on the counter, so you can squirt it on your food right then and there.
So with that being
next to the lemon pepper shaker that's chained up.
Going back to the calculator of doom, el calculadora de doom, where we rate our movies 0 to 10, 0 being the worst, 10 being the best. I was thinking we give out a lot of 9s and 10s in high-ranking movies. I would say we should have a standard of like 7 or 8 being good movies, 9 being like, oh, this movie's a shit, and then 10 just being perfect. Instead, you know what I mean?
That's what I was always regard. That's how I always graded my movies. What is the
All
difference
right, there
now?
you go. Done. Easier said than done.
Right. It's easier said than done. Who's going first? It's Deb picked it.
You picked this movie, so you get to pick who goes first.
I did
Cobweb, you were going first, sir.
All right. When I originally thought about this movie, and I was like, "Oh, I've never seen this," and I thought this was going to be a really good thing to watch before, you know. And I was like, "This must be something," you know. And I'm listening to it, the movie, and what the dialogue, and it's like, "Oh, this is all this movie's about. This is all this stuff here," you know. And I'm like, "How long are they going to stretch this thing out?" I'll be honest with you. I probably ain't ever gonna watch this shit again. I didn't really. I didn't care for it too much, you know, because of the first 20 minutes, you know, that was the shit. Then everything else was just like kind of thrown together, you know? So it was like the movie was only good for 20% of the movie was really good. Everything else was bullshit. afterwards. It pissed me off with the how the police really didn't take it serious enough individually to track this guy down. That was very disturbing to me. They treated him like he was a mental patient, not as an insane mental patient that that killed like 2 kids. They just said, "Oh, he's just a mental patient," and they didn't give a fuck. If you were mental and you got out of the psych ward, you just got out in the 70s. That was it. If you could check your own self out, you check yourself out.
You're cured.
That's how it was back then. So to me, honestly, I'm gonna give this movie. I'm gonna give it a 4. I'm not going to see it again. I only like 20% of it. And if I only like 20% of the movie, I'd have gave it a 2. I gave it like a couple extra points too, because of the, how impactful it was. But I can't really see it anymore. I mean, I give it a 4, man. Sorry.
So I respect what you're saying, and the reasoning behind it makes a lot of sense to me. But let me ask you this. Treat it like 2 different movies. The first 20 minutes as one movie, and then the last 20 minutes the last of it as another movie. What would you rate the first 20 minutes?
The first 20 minutes,
the first story.
If I would have watched that back in the 70s, that probably would have freaked me out. But I've seen a lot more shit between now and then and all this stuff like that. But I would give that movie maybe a 7. The first 20 minutes, maybe.
And then
maybe a 7.5, close to an 8. The rest of it, I would have gave it like it was all. That's what brought it down. It was like a complete drop off for me. Once that she opened that door and that cop was standing there at the end, at the door, and you're like, "Oh shit, what the fuck?" And you're like, that was it. That at that point, the rest of the movie fell completely off.
Yeah. What would you give in that part?
What, when she opened the door and he was screaming and it was Dan? What, that part?
The rest of the movie after the babysitting scene.
I would give it a 2.5, maybe a 3.
So altogether, you would have rated the movie a 5.
I would have, but I gave it a 4.
This touche. 2 motherfuckers.
Because when you add up all that bullshit, it brings it all down.
All right. You gave it a 4. Deb, who goes next? You or I?
You.
Me. So, I mean, I love the first 20 minutes of it. And we've said that over and over and over again. But the rest of the movie is kind of... Oh, did you know that the killer was terminally ill? The actor that played the killer. For real. And shortly after this movie was made, he died from his terminal illness. And
in the 70s?
Go ahead. A lot of people didn't want him on there because they said he didn't look like a killer. He was too thin and too short of and too nice looking to be a killer. That's just like how when James Cameron was interviewing O.J. Simpson to be the Terminator, and then he was like, "Nah, this guy doesn't look like a killer."
I'm not saying anything.
Hey, I'm not saying he was right.
Bubble time.
I understand, but
what you got, man? Come on, bro. What you got?
I'm over here entertaining, man. That's what I'm doing.
I know you're entertaining, but I'm at the edge of my seat here. I want to know what score you giving this movie.
I'd give it a 6.
Oh.
Because I will watch that first 20 minutes over again. I don't know if I'm going to watch the rest of the movie, but I will watch the first 20 minutes, which means it's going to get a hit on wherever you can stream it at. Deb, you up?
So, like I said, the reason why I chose this movie was because this movie scared me when I was little. And I watched this movie multiple times when I was little. But it's been a while since I'd seen it.
It's been a while.
So, like, this movie back then would have been a 10 for me. Because that's how much I watched it. And it stayed in my head. And like I tell you, me and my parents have jokes about it. Have you checked the children? And I've seen it like in Scream. In Scream, when they in the beginning, the whole Drew Barrymore scene. So like I said, back then I would have made it. I didn't remember a lot of it. All total now, I give the movie a 7. The first 20 minutes, I still give it a 10 because it still scares me. It still does something to me. But I have to agree with y'all. After the 20 minutes, it kind of goes down. But I would still watch this movie. I've never seen the second one. I want to watch it. But yeah, so I give it a 7.
So altogether, between the three of us, we give the movie a 5.6. And I think we should stay away from the rounding up and all that and just stick with that's how also I want to change our rating system. The 5.6 means it's a 5.6.
All right, put it in the MDib.
So if you look at MDib, the average rating is a 6.4. So we're not that far off. Out of 16,000 votes, people give it a 6.4 out of 10.
Not bad.
What did you give it, Josh?
I gave it a 6. Now here's something we normally don't talk about here in Cast of the Pod and all that, but let's talk about something political that happened yesterday. And we're not talking we're not talking about anybody who stands on any side of the argument. If you're pro for those of y'all who are just doing the audio version, Cobweb screen just went dark right now. We're not going to go into.
Oh shit!
Look. So we're not going to go into pro-ICE or anti-ICE or anything like that. But in Buda, Texas, there was a school that had a planned walkout, right? And we're not going to go into if school walkouts are good or bad or anything like that. We're not going into any of that, right? But while they were doing this walkout thing, a grown-ass man walked up to it, stuck his nose in the kid's business, right? And we don't know, allegedly. We don't know how it started or anything like that, but it got to the point where the kids started beating the shit out of this grown-ass man. So apparently, Deb, I'm looking at it right now, there was footage that was released, and the grown-ass man is now facing assault charges in connection with the fight that broke out during a student walkout yesterday. Huh? Grown-ass man should not be in kids' business. Even if the kids are protesting something adult or whatever like that, don't go up to a bunch of high school kids and expect to not get your ass kicked. Don't matter what side of the argument you're on.
You should just leave people alone. Let me tell you something. If you see a protest, people protesting for something,
anything,
right, and you don't agree with it, the best thing you can do, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Walk your ass by and keep it moving. That's all you gotta do.
I don't think one person in the history of protests have ever been on one side of a protest and then another person is on the other side of the protest and the other people on the other side are like, this is what I believe. And then one person on the other side goes, you know what? They're right. Okay, now I agree with you. I don't think that's ever happened in any, because human nature is, even if the person yelling at you says something that makes sense and changes your mind, you cannot go, oh fuck, I'm wrong, right then and there. You're gonna be mad that you're wrong, or you're gonna be mad that that person's right. You know what I mean? Human psychology. You know, at home later on, you could go, damn, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Or maybe I shouldn't have done whatever. But when right then there in the heat of the moment, protesting a protest that's protesting a protest and protesting whatever. And I'm not saying any kind of protesting is right or wrong or anything like that. I'm saying in this specific situation, you know.
Leave people shit alone.
Yeah. You do you, I'll do me.
Yeah, I agree 100%. That's the first, you know what, Josh, you know what that is? That's the first stages of the bubble.
Fuck. Fuck. Hold on.
Let me wind.
Look. Where's the camera? I got my push pin right here. I'm popping the bubble.
Don't get near it.
That's the first stages of having a bubble. Now that was the second stage that you just did. You know,
the bubble?
Yeah, when you try to pop your own bubble, it's called denial.
You want to see where I got that push pin from?
I don't think I want to.
No. Yeah. Deb surprised me a few years ago with the Nano Hollywood Rides collection. Look, there's a Starscream. Where's it at? Right there, bro. Focus, motherfucker.
Oh, wow. That's real.
There it goes.
Cute.
Bumblebee and Optimus Prime. Look, but they're little bitty shits. Look, see?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
That is kind of cool. What are you doing with it?
It is hanging on that push pin. I had to take those down so I could get that push pin to pop your bubble.
Oh.
The bubble was stretching. Yeah, we're going to have to share a bubble.
Yeah.
No, there's no sharing bubbles around here, Deborah.
Isn't it how it starts? Like your bubble expands.
And then it touches another bubble.
And then
it makes that noise.
And then
and the bubble becomes
like he goes into your bubble and then it pops and then that's how the two bubbles. Yeah.
No. What you just said, Deborah, only works on bubbles. We're talking about a bubble.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, it does. It makes perfect sense. You're talking about how bubbles merge together, and I'm talking about my bubble. There's a difference.
Your bubble was expanding so that it can come and get Josh, and then it was.
My bubble doesn't expand and get Josh. Why would I send my bubble out to expand and get Josh?
I don't even know why that sound effect had that echo.
How does it sound when it? Yeah.
Okay. What was that, Deborah?
I don't even know. I thought that was some joke in the background. I was like, "Who the hell is that?"
I was just using the echo for the bubble pop.
Not knowing that it sounds like this. If you talk into
It's only my microphone, not your microphone, Deb.
I know. That's why I said it. I'm not even on a sound effect.
Oh.
I do my own. I don't need yours.
I'm bad at that.
Now do the talk.
Yeah. There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome home.
Boys and girls.
That's a show, man.
Yeah. I think we're done. An hour and a half into it. I didn't even think we were gonna get 6 minutes out of this one.
I think we was. I wasn't down with it at all.
You know what? I didn't even upload it, but we have a song for this. We didn't even listen to the song.
Mm-mm.
No, but we'll do a wrap-up song.
Yeah.
Pat them up.
All right.
Pat them up.
So we have there's a extra episode this week, Grizzly Night, where Deb and I are talking about it. Mm-hmm. And that movie is now available in the UK and the US on DVD, Blu-ray, and I think streaming on Prime.
Yeah, to buy.
To rent. Light bulb distribution, film distribution.
It is a really good movie.
It's a good episode of me and Deb. It's only like 20 minutes long, maybe even less than 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think it was like 16, 17.
No, that's cool. That's actually worth listening to, people. You guys should just run the numbers up on that.
Yeah, agreed. I gotta let my beard grow back because you can see my neck. You need to shave your beard off, Cobweb.
I need to do what?
Shave your beard off.
I need to do.
Why would I do that?
So you can see your face one more time
before you get
before
older.
you're 60.
I'm good, man. I'm straight. I think that's gonna be a problem. You know, I'm not the only person that likes this beard. You know,
Deb likes my beard too. It grow back.
Mrs. Cobweb would be very upset.
She'll get over it. She'll get over it. That's even more reason why to shave it. You ain't gonna let her tell you what to do.
I don't know. I don't mess around with that. I know my boundaries. I'm letting that ride, bro.
Oh, shit.
Nope, I ain't gonna fall for that one, son. I'm good.
Oh man, in the internal words of Randy Macho Man Savage. How much buildup did this song have?
Can you dig it?
Have you heard this song?
Dig it.
No, what is this?
Oh, I guess this isn't the This is the Randy
good.
Savages. There is a I guess he's not on there. Look it up on YouTube when you get a chance. Randy Savage put out a rap album.
Stop it.
You haven't heard it? All right, let's end the pod right now so we can hear this. All right, y'all. So until next time, I'm Josh.
I'm Deb.
Cobweb in the house, baby.
Big shout out to Club 3P because y'all, we can continue using Riverside and we can do the AI music, even though some of y'all don't like the AI music. Some of y'all do. Thank you. We appreciate that. We need to get a couple of more sponsors. That way we can get the website going monthly, and that way it doesn't hit the wallet too painfully. But yeah, so big shout out to Club 3P. Thank y'all for keeping us going. And
so
shout out to all the
sponsor us.
Yes, go to Patreon/Cast of the Pod. But shout out to all our pod people. And until next time, you have been warned.
Bye, everybody.
Peace.
Love you guys.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
You damn right about that.